Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked at a complex circuit board or the inside of your phone and wondered what all those tiny, specialized tools are for? It can feel a bit intimidating, right? Well, today, we're going to demystify all of it. I'll show you the exact precision tools that every electronics expert, from seasoned engineers to hobbyists, keeps in their toolkit. More importantly, I'll teach you how to use them the right way to make your projects safer, easier, and much more professional. Whether you're a beginner just starting out, a student, or working in a small repair shop, this guide is for you. Let's dive in and explore the essential precision tools that will make your electronics work easy and incredibly accurate. First up, let's get familiar with the stars of the show. The absolute foundation of any electronics toolkit is a good precision screwdriver set. These aren't your average household screwdrivers. They come with a variety of tiny interchangeable bits like Phillips, flathead, Torx, and Pentalobe. These are crucial for opening up devices like smartphones, laptops, drones, and gaming consoles without stripping those delicate screws. Look for a set with a comfortable rotating handle, which makes one-handed operation a breeze. Next, we have tweezers, but not just any tweezers. For electronics, you need ESD safe or electrostatic discharge safe tweezers. These are typically coated with a non-conductive material to prevent static electricity from your body from zapping and destroying sensitive electronic components like microchips. They come in various shapes, pointed for picking up tiny resistors, angled for getting into tight spots, and flat-tipped for handling larger ICs. They are your best friends for handling small components with precision and safety. Then we have our mini pliers and wire cutters. These are the workhorses for managing wires. Needle nose pliers are perfect for bending leads, holding wires in place while you solder, or positioning jumpers on a breadboard. Flush cutters or side cutters are designed to trim component leads and wires cleanly, right up against the board, leaving no sharp bits behind. The key here is precision. These tools allow you to work in cramped spaces without disturbing neighboring components. Let's talk about something you might not have heard of: spudgers and pry tools. These are typically made of plastic or nylon and are your go-to for safely opening device casings. Using a metal tool to pry open a phone or laptop can easily scratch the plastic or, even worse, short-circuit something on the printed circuit board or PCB. Spudgers have pointed or flat ends, perfect for disconnecting delicate ribbon cables, nudging components, or scraping away old adhesive without causing any damage. They're the unsung heroes of damage-free disassembly. Finally, for those of us who don't have superhuman vision, a magnifier or a head loupe is indispensable. When you're working with surface mount devices or SMDs, which can be smaller than a grain of rice, you need to see what you're doing. A good magnifying lamp with a built-in light or a comfortable head-worn loupe frees up your hands and lets you inspect your solder joints, read tiny component labels, and spot microscopic defects. It's the difference between a successful repair and a frustrating mess. Now that we know what they are, let's see these tools in action. Imagine we're opening up a smartphone. First, I'll select the correct Pentalobe bit from my precision screwdriver set to remove the screws at the bottom. Notice how the spinning cap on the screwdriver lets me apply steady pressure with one finger while turning with the others. Once the screws are out, I'm not going to jam a screwdriver in there. Instead, I'll use a thin plastic pry tool to gently create a gap between the screen and the frame. Then, I'll slide it around the edge to release the clips, holding it in place, preventing any scratches. Inside, we see all these tiny connectors. This is where the spudger shines. I'll use the flat end to gently pop off the battery connector. First, always disconnect the power source. Then, I'll use the pointed end to lift the tiny levers on the ZIF connectors for the display and camera cables. Trying this with metal tweezers could easily cause a short. Now, let's say we need to replace a tiny component on a circuit board. This is where our ESD-safe tweezers are critical. After heating the old component with a soldering iron, I'll use the fine-tipped tweezers to lift it straight off the board. When placing the new one, The tweezers allow me to position it perfectly on the pads before I apply solder. For trimming the leads of a through-hole component, I'll use my flush cutters. I'll press them flat against the PCB and snip. See how clean that cut is? No sharp point left to catch on anything. And for everything we're doing, having my magnifying lamp overhead is a game changer. I can clearly see the solder flowing perfectly around the joint and ensure there are no accidental bridges between adjacent pins. Cleaning the area afterward with a bit of isopropyl alcohol and a soft brush while looking through the magnifier ensures no flux residue is left behind. Using the right tool for each step not only makes the job possible, but also enjoyable and professional. Before we wrap up, let me share a few pro tips that will save you a lot of headaches. First and foremost, always prioritize using ESD-safe tools, especially tweezers and spudgers, whenever you're handling a circuit board. A tiny static shock UKU and even feel is more than enough to permanently destroy a sensitive microchip. It's a small investment that protects your expensive electronics. My second tip is to keep your tools organized. A messy workspace is a recipe for disaster. When you're surrounded by tiny screws and components, one accidental slip of a tool can send everything flying or, worse, scratch a delicate trace on a PCB. Use a magnetic mat to hold screws and a tool stand or a roll-up case to keep everything in its place. A clean bench is a safe bench. And finally, a little trick to make your life easier. Keep your precision screwdrivers and tweezers magnetized. Many kits come with a small magnetizer tool. A magnetized screwdriver tip will hold onto the screw, which is incredibly helpful when you're trying to guide a tiny screw into a deeply recessed hole. Similarly, magnetized tweezers can help you pick up and place small steel components, though be careful, you'll want to demagnetize them when working near magnetically sensitive parts. And there you have it. Now you know the secrets behind how the pros handle delicate electronics with such precision and confidence. It all comes down to having the right tools and knowing how to use them properly. I hope this walkthrough has been helpful and inspires you to take on your next electronics project. Which one of these tools do you find yourself using the most? Or which one are you excited to add to your collection? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our future tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.